Peace and love. I am me coming with a short, basically of April Fool's Day, a pagan holiday. Right, April Fool's is about to be. So I'm just show you a little bit information on this pagan holiday. So this is from the history website. Right, you see they updated March 23rd, 2022, and it was original in March 30th, 2017. So let me just read just a little bit. April Fool's celebrated on April 1st each year, right? Has been celebrated for several centuries by different cultures, right? Though its exact origins remain a mystery. April Fool's Day traditions include playing hoax or practical jokes on others, often yelling April Fools at the end to clue in the subject of April Fool's Day prank, right? So we're going to get into the origins. So they say that April Fool's Day dates back to 1582 when French switched the Julian calendar to the Gregorian calendar, called for the Council of Trent in 1563. So the Julian calendar, as the Hindu calendar, the new year began with the spring equinox around April 1st. I did a video about the spring equinox. So everybody who was yelling basically New Year, this is basically also connected to that. Because people are yelling Happy New Year in January, which is the New Year's in spring equinox, and that's March. But so people were so slow to get the news or fail to recognize that the start of the New Year had moved to January the 1st and continued to celebrate it during the last week of March through April 1st. Became the butt of jokes and hoax and were called April Fools. You see? These pranks include having paper fish placed on their backs, being referred to as poisons Darwin, April fish, said to symbolize a young, easily caught fish and gullible person. See, because them switching up the calendar, they basically, like that whole calendar switched up the whole seasonal of the universe, right? So it's really, like I was saying, it's really the spring equinox. And so you got to also connect this real quick with Jesus. They're saying Jesus died on Easter, rose on Easter. Well, he was born on Easter or whatever. And you got to think Easter been in a few different months. But I'll get into that. So they say historians have linked April Fools to festivals such as Hellrina, Latin for joyful, which was celebrated ancient Rome at the end of March. Right? So they say it involved people dressing up in disguises and mocking fellow citizens, and even magistrants, and was said to be inspired by the Egyptian legend of Isis, Osiris, and Seth. Right? So the vernal equinox of in April Fools was tied to the vernal equinox, or the first day of spring in the northern hemisphere, when Mother Nature fooled people with changing, unpredictable weather. April Fools spread throughout Britain throughout the 18th century. It said in Scotland, the tradition became a 2-day event, starting with hunting the gonk, in which people were sent on their phoning errands. Gonk is a word for cockabird, a symbol for fool, and followed by Tally Day, which involved pranks played on people. These ears, such as pinning fake tails or kick me signs on them. And then it said modern times people have gone to great lengths, April Fool's hoax, newspapers, radio, TVs, and such forth. They started explaining people doing April Fool jokes. But yeah, that's the origins of this pagan holiday of April Fools, right? It's all connected to the spring equinox, which is in March. That's the new year. So that's where they get this whole April Fools from, is that when they changed the Julian calendar and into the Gregorian calendar, that became a fool to people because they got the news late that they changed New Year's to January the 1st. And people were still celebrating it in the spring, which is the real New Year. So that's it about this pagan holiday of April Fools.